The city of Portland is getting ready to launch an entirely new form of government. It's going to happen January 1st of 2025. It will include an expanded city council and a position called city administrator. I'm going to be explaining what some of the roles of the bigger players are. We'll start with the mayor, who will have some new powers, but also lose some old ones. Under Portland's new form of government, the mayor will be elected by a winner-take-all style of ranked choice voting. The person who gets 50% plus one will win and take office on January 1st. Unlike the current system, the mayor is not part of the city council. They will only cast a vote to break ties when the council is deadlocked on something. But the mayor can still introduce new laws, and they will hire the city administrator with council approval, who will run the city government with the mayor's guidance. So, the mayor will still have a fair amount of power. Shoshana Oppenheim, the manager in charge of Portland's move to the new government, has studied the duties of the mayor.
The first mayor elected by using ranked choice voting is going to come into the city with an agenda. So advancing that agenda is going to be top of mind for the mayor. So whether or not that's an agenda that includes revitalizing the downtown, the economic future of the city, climate change, any of those initiatives, moving those initiatives both through the administration and advancing policy at the city council. Remember, the mayor, while not a member of city council, can introduce legislation through the city council process. So that they have initiatives, they're going to be working with their colleagues to not only advance their own policies, but also to ensure that they have support for their first budget.
So yes, they will have a lot on their plate. The mayor will also hire the police chief and the city attorney, although the council has to approve both choices. The mayor can fire them as well. Other duties include drawing up a yearly budget for the city, along with a statement about the condition of the city and the goals of the administration, and laws that could help reach those goals. The mayor must also appear before the city council to deliver a yearly talk on the state of the city. Portland's current mayor, Ted Wheeler, is not running for re-election, but he says the next mayor will be weaker because they will not have veto power over new laws that the council passes. Oppenheim, who's helping steer the city to the new form of government, disagrees.
But I think that what the Charter Commission did was really devise a system that really asks the elected officials and our city administrator to work together to address the policy priorities of Portlanders. So while they may not have a veto, that doesn't mean that they can't influence policy during the policymaking process. So as things are moving through committee, as things are being developed and advanced by either their council colleagues or by the organization, they have the opportunity to influence that policy and make sure that it's policy that is implementable and achievable and addressing the concerns of Portlanders.
Next in the hierarchy is the city administrator. Now, they're going to be running the day-to-day operations of the city, and they're not doing it alone. They'll have deputies who will oversee groups of bureaus or offices within the city. Here's how that's going to work. Under Portland's new system of government, the city administrator will be large and in charge. They'll be appointed for an indefinite term by the mayor, and they must be confirmed by a vote of the city council. The mayor can also fire the administrator. The city council can also fire the administrator if a supermajority, 9 of the 12 council members, vote to toss the administrator out. So that might be an interesting political balancing act if the mayor wants the administrator to do something and the council wants them to not do it. But overall, they will, with their team of deputies, pull the levers that will make Portland city government work. They will execute the plans to reach the goals that the mayor and the council want for the city of Portland. Shoshana Oppenheim is the project manager in charge of the city's massive transition to this new form of government. She has studied the various roles.
The city administrator has chartered responsibilities. So outlined in the charter are the role of the city administrator to manage the day-to-day operations, to support the mayor in their executive duties. But I think that based on what we were talking about earlier, the city administrator has to look both to city council and their policy priorities, to community constituents, as well as to the mayor to ensure that they're working and advancing the mayor's priorities.
And I know Mike Jordan has told me that it will be a very difficult job. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely, guaranteed. It's a very challenging job.
The administrator's job is a massive one. They're the boss to most of the people working in the city. They'll be in charge of the assistant city administrator, who will oversee communications, community and civic life, council operations, Office of Government Relations, and Portland Solutions. And on top of that, the administrator will also be in charge of 6 deputy city administrators, who will oversee a total of 33 city offices and bureaus with a combined total of thousands of city workers. Portland's new charter, that's basically the rules of how the government works, gives the administrator the power to hire and fire bureau directors and pretty much every other employee in the city. They will also control and administer the financial affairs of the city, including preparing an annual budget with the help of the budget director. Mike Jordan is Portland's interim city administrator. Mayor Ted Wheeler has turned over nearly all the city bureaus to Jordan and his team of deputy city administrators. Jordan has said that in January, when the new government takes effect, he will not be Portland's permanent city administrator, but he wouldn't mind staying on for a year to help the new administrator, whomever that might be. And then there's the city council. Under this new form of government, they're not going to run anything. They'll be more like a legislative body setting policy. Now, in the past, they did run specific bureaus, and that was a big problem because it allowed them to create silos. They didn't really have to cooperate with each other, and so some parts of the city bureaucracy didn't really function very well with the others. But under this new system, that's all gone. Under Portland's new charter approved by voters, the new city council will be more hands-off than before and focused on helping people in their districts and setting city policy. They'll act sort of like a legislative body. Tate White is a strategic projects manager with the city of Portland who has studied the new role.
Council will be focused on being a legislative body, making high-level policy and laws, and then they'll have a lot more time to connect with the community. And they'll be representing districts across the city. So we'll have East Portland, for example, better represented than they've ever been on council. So they're going to be really busy.
Besides helping people in their home districts, they will pick a president who will run city council meetings and decide which topics or bills will be discussed and when they'll be brought up. Council meetings will be held on the first Wednesday of the month at 9:30 in the morning and the third Wednesday starting at 6 p.m. The council can change those days and times, of course. During council meetings, they will hear from members of the public, as they do now, from 5 people at each meeting. The public will get 3 minutes each, and they'll have to send a written request to the auditor stating their name and what they want to talk about before they get on the agenda. Each person can only speak at a council meeting once a month. The council can also set up committees to learn about topics and craft policy and laws that they think are important. By the way, the council meetings will be held at the current Portland City Hall. There are extra workspaces being built now for the 8 additional councilors who will join City Hall. It's unclear whether they will also get additional offices in their geographic districts. The city council itself will decide that once they're all elected. Those who are helping prepare the city for the new form of government expect the new city councilors will spend a big part of their time out in the city with the people they represent. Shoshana Oppenheim is leading the city's transition to this new form of government.
The role of the new council that's coming in and joining us in January is to represent their districts, and the constituents within their districts. So we expect them to be elevating community priorities through the committee structure and policy development work that they'll be leading, but also constituent services that they'll be managing on the day-to-day.
So there you have it. Pretty interesting, huh? It all starts on January 1st. And the election for the mayor and the city council, that's going to happen with ranked choice voting. We'll explain that with additional videos here on kgw-plus.